good evening or good afternoon. Well, hi there, Miss Brenda. How are you? Hi, Miss Ricky. How are you doing? Well, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Virginia. How are you? Hi, Miss Jeannie. How are you doing, ma'am? Hello. Hey, Just Be Real. How are you? Hey, Melissa. Telsha. Hey, Telsha. Hey, Faith. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Hey, LV. All right, Florida. How are you guys doing? It's Sana Moni. How are you doing? What a beautiful name. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Nubia. Mary. Senorita. How are you doing? And life's better without you? Go ahead, girl. Marcia. I'm sorry. Marcia or Marcia. China. Halika. Oh, thank you. Hey, Carla. Doreen. Arlisa. I'm doing excellent. Thank you, Miss Telsha. Hey, Crystal. Beautiful Ashes. How are you? Tired Dunn from Jersey. All right. Hey, Miss Crystal. Michelle, how are you? Joanne. Michael. Jeannie. Hey, Miss Yolanda. Miss Chat, how are you? Hey, Amy. Hold on, let me switch the cameras around. I'm used to YouTube being on the other side. Well, I say hello to UK also. How are you guys doing? El Paso, okay. Hey, B. Wilson. Robin, Tom. Hey, Tom. I am early because I'm not on the road traveling. Pretty good, but I do have a meeting to go to. A meeting to go to online. It's Esmeralda. How are you? Well, thank you so much, Miss Amy. Hi, Jessica. As Unica, how are you? Elsa, LV, Prune, how are you? Cher, Denise, Victoria. Who else on here? Kia. Hi, Kia. How are you guys doing? Amsterdam. All right. Is it Chaya or Chaya? Hi, Denise. Hi, Angela. Eliana. Pretty. Hey, Queenie. How are you doing? Queenie, where are you from? Hi, Crystal. Hi, Lisa. Oh, you're at work. Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Have Gun Will Travel. How are you? Memphis. Okay. Did you ever live in Washington? Hi, Terry. How are you? Hey, Gloria. Sherry. Perfect time, huh? All right. And I won't be able to get to sleep a little early because I have another meeting I have to go to. Hi, Dane. How are you doing? Beautiful Dane. Issaquah. All right. Maria. So Georgia opened up. How's down south? How is Georgia going? How's everything going in Georgia? Hey, Kay. London. All right, London. I'm telling you, I'm going to get there. I'm coming to London. Hi, Addie. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Not so well, but I can't wait to hear from some great advice. Okay. No, man, never been. Okay, because I remember there was a Queenie here in Washington. I was wondering if you had ever been up here, but that's a beautiful name. Very royal. I like that. Daytona. All right. Chicago. So far, so good in Georgia. There's still a lot of places closed. Just be careful. Make sure you wear your gloves and your mask. Make sure you distance yourself. Hey, Pink Kisses. Hey, Stevie Bananas. Make sure you guys stay safe. California. I'm coming to California too. I will. SoCal in the house. Hey, Virginia. Donna. You missed me? Oh, thank y'all. I appreciate it. You guys know I've been working really hard this week. I'm coming to you, Simone. Williamson. I'm sorry. How are you doing? So I've been working. So I've been trying to. Hey, Alabama. What part of Alabama? Shoals, Alabama over here. Hey, Audra. Well, thank you, Miss K. I appreciate it. SoCal. I'm coming. I'm telling you, I'm coming to California. Whenever it's safe to travel. Hey, Brenda. Simone, New York. Okay. Ileana, Kentucky. All right. At all times. Good. Maria. Stay safe, okay? Stay safe. Pittsburgh, okay. It'll look kind of awkward for us like to travel and to do like conferences. Houston in the house. KB Dirty South, okay. Melbourne, Australia, okay. I think it's kind of like awkward if I were to like travel and go to like conferences and then I can't shake anybody's hand or like hug anybody. So we'll just have to see how things go. You know, we don't know what our new norm is. And I think it's a little awkward because I love shaking hands. You know, I love to hug people from time to time when, you know, everybody, yeah, elbow bumps. It's kind of awkward though, an elbow bump. And a lot of you guys have been with me for almost a year or two, and not to be able to hug you guys or not to be able to shake your hand. You know what I mean? So I think it's like awkward to come and visit you guys and we're looking at each other from a distance, you know, like on The Color Purple. So I know, a little awkward, huh? So I think that'll be a little strange. See, we have to find out what our, hey, from England, you know, we have to find out what are the Grease Monkey questions still up? You mean the Survey Monkey? Interweb digital hugs. Right. It's a Survey Monkey. Michael said greasy monkeys. So yeah, the questions, the Survey Monkey is still up. This week I was, as you guys see, I did not come on this week because of the fact I would show you guys my floor because I got like piles and piles of case files that I'm catching up on. And so I'm trying to catch up on my case files because I want to make sure that when I dedicate my time to you guys that I'm not over interrupted with stuff that I'm behind on. So I'm trying to take advantage of the time that we are on quarantine to catch up with all my work. And I promise you guys, I will be giving you guys time back. It's just I'm trying to be wise and catch up with the work I was behind. Because remember when I was in my office, sometimes I couldn't come on because I was behind and I was trying to catch up. And so I'm trying to be a little wiser where I do a lot of my billing on Mondays. I'm trying to create my new norm too. So when I create my new norm, especially when I begin to, you know, work more with you guys on Zoom. Yeah, I'm still do the Zoom conference. I'm just trying to clear up my stuff so that when I dedicate myself to Zoom conferences, you know, it's not those times where, hey, I got to cancel because once you pay money for Zoom conferences, you expect me to be there. And one thing I don't want to do is to have, you know, stuff, you know, yeah, backed up. So a lot of this week, I spend a lot of time, believe it or not, I spend a lot of time till like 11, it's almost like 10, 11 o'clock at night, catching up on stuff that I've been behind on. So I just want you to guys know that I have not forgotten. I'm not purposely not making videos. I'm just not making the videos because I was trying to catch up. Because as I catch up, you know, whatever the new norm is, once I am, because I'm not traveling. Whatever the new norm is how we're going to have to work it. I am going to do the Zoom conferences, though, and we'll start off on our conferences like that. And so I appreciate Brooklyn, New York. How's Brooklyn doing, Miss Rose? How's everybody in Brooklyn? You know, how's it going up there? What does it look like? We're getting, hey, city, Iowa. What is it? Iowa City. Okay, I read the last part. You are working in the East Coast, New York City time. Okay, I know. I came on a little early for you guys. But how is New York? You know, we hear what I would like to come to London after the lockdown. I would really love to come to London. That is a place I would really like to go. So Brooklyn is slowly getting better. Okay. Do they still have a lot of cases of COVID? You know, are people still, it's crazy right now? Okay. So I know Georgia, they were saying they're slow. They've opened back up, and so far so good. But as you guys know, it takes about 2 weeks to find out, to kind of get a gauge of what's going on. So you guys make sure you guys are staying safe, washing your hands, you know, taking all the precautions. Hey, South Carolina, you lost your sister-in-law. I'm sorry to hear that. My brother went home recoup. I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Rose. Nola, yeah, New Orleans. I would love to come to New Orleans. Yeah, you don't trust his opening back? Yeah. Even for me as a therapist, you know, I have to come up with a new way of providing services for people. Hey, New Dawn arises, but I have to come up with another way. 799 deaths, 300 deaths. Wow. Hey, South Jersey. Yeah, so even me as a therapist, as a clinician, I have to come up with new ways of providing services. And a lot of the insurance companies told me that I can continue doing online counseling, which is good for a lot of people because they love to do that anyway. So, hey Michelle, how are you? But for a lot of people that might be a new norm, and I don't mind. I don't mind. I still have an office space for those people that may need to come in. But I was just talking to someone in reference to how I would have to do this, because I'm accustomed to people coming and sitting in my waiting room, and then the next person comes in, so it may not be any more waiting in the waiting room. Now they may have to sit out in the hallway. Not only do I have to sit out the hallway, now I got to clean the offices as people are coming, as people are switching out. I have to clean before the next person comes in. So, that's a whole nother time consuming effort that we have to put in place to make sure people are safeguarded. So for some of you guys, for some of you guys, for some of the clinicians, it may be online now, so yeah, I don't even know what the new norm is yet. We're still trying to figure out the new norm. Hey, Susie, how are you? Yeah. Hello, Arizona. How are you? Well, are you guys ready? So, allow me to say this. I wanted to, because I haven't been in, so I was waiting for all my, I was about to say commentators. Most of them are commentators. All my moderators. I was waiting for the moderators to come in, and I got everybody in. So, you guys give me 45 minutes, okay? Because I do have another one to go on. I have another meeting I have to go to, so give me 45 minutes, okay? And allow me to say this, because I haven't done any videos, so I'm going to take a moment to talk before I answer questions. One of the things that I keep coming across is, what you say. You have to think about what you say. Where does it come from? Where do your thoughts come from? Where do your narratives come from? The way that you think. Hey, Lynette, the way that you think, okay, thank you. So 45 minutes. Okay. So, the way that you think, the way that you process, the way, where does this thought process come from? A lot of you guys are coming out of these relationships with narcissists. And so your focus is the trauma that you've experienced with this narcissist. But believe it or not, it started from somewhere. Yeah. Eternal locus of control. But, even though you were in a relationship with a narcissist, you came out of a relationship with a narcissist, your main focus is that relationship with that narcissist and what that narcissist did to hurt you and your family, all the damage that they have done. And so with all this damage that they have done, a lot of you are now looking at, why do I keep getting into why do I keep getting into these type of relationships? Well, there's childhood. For some of you guys, you come out of families of narcissists. You were set up. You were groomed that way. You were taught to think that way. Some of you don't even know why you think the way that you think, or why you accept the things that you accept. And you ended up getting back into a relationship or into a narcissistic relationship. And so I wanted to give you an idea. I'm gonna give you want me to tell you a story? I'm gonna tell you a story about myself. It's okay to tell you guys a story about myself, to give you guys a pattern of thought, how thought patterns start. You guys want me to tell you a story? I'm gonna tell you a story. It's not a trigger alert, but it was traumatic for me. It's funny traumatic, because once I tell how I tell the story, I put my own little twist on my own story. And so it's funny traumatic, but it was traumatic for me because I was 13 years old. But it's not a trigger alert, so don't worry about that, okay? Hey, Hector, how are you? Okay, so let me tell you this story. So, and I listen, even though you listen to the story and then you're thinking about me, because I'm gonna put a funny twist to the story, I want you to think for a minute and apply it to yourself. Okay, apply it to yourself. Okay, so, okay, I'm gonna give you I want to give you an idea of thought patterns and why you think the way that you think, or how you're thinking the way that you think. Especially when it comes to relationships. So I was traumatized at the age of 13. I was little Carmen. Yeah, I was little Carmen. I was little C. I wasn't Dr. C yet. I was little C. And so I was traumatized when I was about 13 years old. Okay, so you guys ready? So this is not a trigger alert, so don't worry. This is going to be a funny, traumatic story, okay? But it was traumatic for me because I was 13. So as you guys know, those of you that have met me, I'm probably like 4'11". Okay, I'm lying. So I'm a very tall individual. So most people that are tall have probably been tall even in their awkward years as they were growing up. They were always awkwardly tall. Right. Yeah. So with my heels, I'm probably about, because my heels about 6 inches, so I'm probably a little over 6 feet with my heels on. But I'm a very tall lady. Okay. So in well, not in high school, but in middle school, in junior high school. So when I was about 13 years old, I was probably about 5'7", 5'8", and I was tall. Okay, put it that way. So now you guys got that part. Okay. Now, hold on to that part of the story, and now I'm gonna give you this part of the story first. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. I hated the color pink. I hated the color pink. I couldn't understand why I hated the color pink. I hated pink. I hated pink with a passion. I hated pink so much that I hated pink. Okay, I hated the color pink, and I couldn't understand why I hated pink so much. People wore pink. I didn't want to wear pink. I just couldn't stand to wear pink. But I never thought about why I hated pink. I got older and I just hated pink. I had my first baby. She was a little girl. I put her in some pink and yellow, but it wasn't a whole bunch of pink. Pink and white, pink, but not a lot of pink. I had my second child, who was a son, and then later on in my older age, as I was leaving the military, I had my last daughter, my last child. I had her older, and I started dressing her in pink, right? And so two things. I started dressing her in pink, but I dressed her in pink, and I started really liking pink. And so my favorite color was always red. And so I always thought that when you said favorite color, I thought you can only have one favorite color. I don't know where that came from, but I always thought you're supposed to have one favorite color. So red was my favorite color. Red was my favorite color. And so, but I just couldn't stand pink. And then when I had my last daughter, I'm going to tell you, I got to tell you the story. You got to watch. You got to listen. So my youngest daughter, I started dressing her in pink, and I started liking pink. And so being the thinker that I am, I had to sit down and reassess my life, right? And I had to think why, and I realized I like the color fuchsia. I really like the color fuchsia. And at the same time, I was trying to figure out though, if I like the color fuchsia so much, I love the color black, but I'm only supposed to like one color, but I hated pink, but I like fuchsia, but I can't understand. So fuchsia, a little darker than this. So I like the color black, fuchsia, I like royal blue, and I like red. So I don't know where it came from that you're supposed to like one color. That's one part of the story. The other part of the story is I sat down and I had to reassess myself, and I had to think, where did the narrative come from in my head to make me hate pink? I don't understand it. Well, as I sat and I kept thinking about it and going through these classes in psychology and learning how to be this psychologist and trauma, I began to think back at the age of 13. At the age of 13, remember I told you guys I was about 5'7", 5'8". I'm 13 years old. I'm taller than every other girl in the classroom. I'm the tallest person in the class. So I stand out. I stand out in front of everybody, and I'm trying to blend in as much as I can. So here comes the funny part. Y'all ready? So what had happened was I wanted a pair of Nikes. And I told my mom I wanted a pair of Nikes. And of course, at that time, we were not, we didn't have a lot of money and everything. So Nikes were a little expensive. So my mother, at 13, I had a size 10 shoe. My foot was a size 10. So my mother goes out to buy some Nike tennis shoes. The Nike tennis shoes happened to be pink. And when she bought the Nike tennis shoes, they happened to be a size 11. So here you have a 13-year-old that's already feeling awkward about being really tall, and I'm bigger than the average girl. I'm tall. I've got pictures. I'm taller than every single person in my class. There are no other females except maybe one that was taller than me, or maybe one or two that was my height. But it wasn't even Jordans in the 80s. And so, but she bought me some pink. They were pink. They were like this pink. They was this color pink. And it was a size 11. And so here I am, 13 years old, trying to blend in with people. I put on a size 11 shoe, and it's got about this much space in the front of it. So now I'm this tall, awkward, Bobo shoe wearing Amazon, and I'm so embarrassed. And what does the average mother say? You gonna wear them tennis shoes. I done spent my hard-earned money on buying you some Nike tennis shoes, and I got you some tennis shoes, and they're pink Nikes. And so I had to wear the Nike. So what I used to do is put a pair of shoes in my backpack so that when I got on the bus, See, I told you guys it was a traumatic, funny story. So I used to put a change of shoes in my backpack. So if my mom is watching it, she actually knows my secret now. Now I'm telling it all because I'm grown. But I used to put another pair of shoes in my backpack. So when I got to, I did the old switcheroo Bubbles. That's exactly, yeah. So I had some Bubble pink Nikes. So when I got on the school bus, I would change my shoes and put my slides on. And then when I got back after school, I would get back on the bus and put those tennis shoes back on to make her think that I would. Now, think about it. You got a 13-year-old kid and these shoes are lasting forever, But she got them the size so I can grow into them because I wouldn't stop growing. I kept growing out of my shoes. So now here I am. I'm a kid. I'm embarrassed. I'm tall. I got bubbles that they're too big for my feet. Now I'm standing out in front of the crowd. I'm just trying to blend in and be like everybody else. I'm already tall. I don't even stand up straight. I try to slouch a little bit, but think about it. So think about this for a minute. When you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, they've always made you feel awkward. Something that is very normal now I love being tall. I love being a tall woman. I was made to feel bad about being tall, even to a point where I was made to feel bad about wearing heels because I was so tall. Because the average guy or the average person was much smaller than me. Until I got to a point where it didn't matter, where I embraced the fact that I was tall. You can't change the fact that I'm tall. I'm just tall. And then you put on some 6-inch heels. I'm even tall. I'm like the Shaquille O'Neal on the women's side. Well, besides the WBA players and stuff, but just tall. But I was made to feel bad about being tall. I was made to feel bad about having big feet. And then I remember someone saying, now think about it for just a minute. As tall as you are, if you had little tiny baby feet, people would think you're handicapped. And so I began to look down at my feet and I began to realize, like, dang, my feet are the right size for my height so that I can balance and run and do what the average person. But think about how much thought process that takes. I know you guys are laughing, right? But hey, Stasia, but think about how much thought process that takes. So for you guys to be in a relationship with a narcissist, think about it for just a minute. You were a 32-year-old baby in the 80s. I was. But think about it for just a minute. So here you go in a family that you may have been manipulated. You may have been in a relationship. Well, your parents may have been narcissists. They made you feel awkward about who you were. You may have been the scapegoat. And the scapegoat is the one that they're not quiet about anything. They point out that's just your nature. That is how you are. I'm not going to keep the secrets. I'm going to point out the truth. We're going to be honest. You see, I know, right? You laughing with me? But I told you guys it was a traumatically funny story. It wasn't a bad thing, right? But here you go. Yeah, you have parents that because I'm not saying you're better than them, but every parent wants their child to be better than they are. That's what I want my children to be better than me. I want my children to get ahead of me. I want my children, to be great. I want them to take it from where I got it, what I have, and I want them to take it further than where I could take it. But when you're dealing with narcissistic parents and family members, it's always a competition. If you look better than them, if you're doing better than them, they're competing with you. They're making you feel bad about your attribute. What if you do look better than your parents did? What if you are more beautiful than your parents? There's nothing wrong with that. I look at my kids and I have some beautiful children. I created some beautiful children. What if my kids do look better than me? I think they look better than me, but I should be proud. I'm a parent. There should be no reason why we are competing with our kids. But a narcissist competes with their children. A narcissist makes their children feel less than. You're smarter than me. You're getting ahead of me. You're prettier than me. You're modeling. You're singing. You're dancing. You're academically smart. You're prosperous. You're more prosperous. You have connections that I never had. This is what I want to do, and I can never do it. So they make you feel bad about the positive things about you. Not only that, then you get into a relationship with a narcissist, and a narcissist makes you feel bad because this is all you've ever heard. So you think now this is your norm. That's all you know. You think this is your norm because that is all that you are accustomed to. You're accustomed to the competition. You get with a person that makes you feel good about yourself, and then everything that they said positive about you, they take those same attributes that they talk about and they dog you out. They make you feel bad. You're not smart. You're not dumb. You're too tall. Stop wearing those heels. You're ugly. You're not as pretty as you think you are. You're not as smart as you think you are. But if you listen to the things that they're saying, envy, and leads to conceit, envy, jealousy. You're dealing with people that you come out of these relationships. They made you feel bad about who you are. And now think about it for just a minute. Just like I had to sit down and reassess, where did the hatred for the color pink come from? And it was something as simple as I was 13 years old. I was a kid. And I was made, it wasn't even I was made, I was embarrassed because I was so tall. No one ever complimented, no one complimented the fact that, tall girls are pretty. No one ever complimented the fact that it's okay to be tall. There's nothing wrong with being tall, or made it feel good. I'm sorry, I got food all in my hair. My bad, y'all. I was eating right before I got on camera. I got food all in my hair, trying to get myself together. But you would never made, I was never complimented about my height. I was always just that big girl, that big tall girl, And so just like with you guys, at the same time, you guys were made to feel bad about your attributes, about your height, about your intelligence, about your beauty, about your anything that you can possibly do, even in the relationship with a narcissist. Now, here's a second thing I wanted to bring to your attention, and that try not to answer each other's question. If you have a question, I need you to wait. Now, either you're going to let me answer the question or you let each other answer the question. Because if everybody's going to answer each other's question, there's no purpose for me to be on here. There's a reason why you guys are here to ask me questions. But if you guys want to answer the questions, you're welcome to do that. And when I say that, I don't mean say, hey, TMG. I don't mean like simple questions. You guys can ask simple questions, but when you're talking about complex questions, sometimes people asking complex questions, sometimes people give bad answers. And then I have to go back and recorrect the answer that was out there. You see what I mean? And so there's another thing. I hear a lot of people tell me that I'm going to stick it out with this narcissist because I believe love can change them. I believe counseling can change them. I believe, hey, Wigology, but I believe that I can change them and I can love them. Okay, check this out. How many of you guys ever went to an aquarium and you see that they can train dolphins and they can train orcas to perform tricks, right? How many of you guys ever seen a shark performing tricks? How many of you guys have ever seen a great white shark in captivity? You'll never see a great white shark in captivity because of the fact that they only last maybe 3 days to a few weeks, because of the fact that they need a vast ocean. The farthest they've known a great white shark to travel is 12,400 miles, because of the fact that they need the vast ocean in order to survive. They have to feed off of live prey. They can't eat dead food. They have to feed off of live prey. Not only that, the aquariums would have to invest millions and millions of dollars to create an environment for a shark, but they can't provide an environment for a shark because an environment for a shark requires them to have space. You cannot confine a shark. You cannot train a shark. You have to give them live food. And so if you think that you can change a narcissist, you have to remember you cannot confine a narcissist. I don't care if that's a quiet, shy narcissist. You cannot confine. I don't care how much love you give that individual. A shark is a shark, and a shark is not going to change. You can't train a shark. Get in a tank with a shark. They're going to maul you. They're either going to maul you or they're going to kill you. You cannot change the nature of a shark. A shark is a shark, and there are sharks that will eat their own young if they're hungry. They like live food. And so when it comes to you, they like people that are all into their emotions. Some of you say, no, I got myself together. No, you can't train a shark. You'll never see a shark jumping through a hoop. If you do, call me, because I'm coming down there personally to see this. But you got to remember that when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with an individual, you can't change his nature. And so as they grow up, remember their personality is being developed. And by the time that personality has locked in and locked down, there's nothing you can do to change that narcissist, that narcissistic shark. Put it that way. You can't change. I don't care how much love you give them. A person has to be wanting to change. And then if you think that they don't know what they're doing, they do know what they're doing. Why do you think so many of them, when you tell them about themselves, they know about themselves? Everything that you said about them, you are dysfunctional. Something is wrong with you. I can't believe that you can't connect with people. You're never going to have anybody because this is how you are. 28 minutes. Okay. This is how you are. This is what you do. This is everything that you said. That narcissist heard you. Now, what they'll do is they get into a new relationship with another person. And one thing that they're going to do is they're going to take what you said about them and they're going to tell the person that that's you. Everything you said about that narcissist is everything that they're going to tell that new supply that you are. Number two, when they get into a relationship with a new supply, why do you think they try so hard to lock the new supply down? They try so hard to lock the new supply down because you're probably not the only person that's told them about themselves. They know their own name. They know what they do. I told you, I had a narcissist tell me, I know exactly what I'm doing. There are other ones that will tell you I'm intentional with everything that I do. I know that I lie. I know that I cheat. I know that I steal. I know for the fact I'm always trying to make myself look better than the average person. I know that I'm always trying to be right. I know what I'm doing. But then as soon as you confront them and tell them, this is exactly what you said, so I know you know what you're doing, they're like, you're crazy. That is not what I meant. You misunderstood what I was saying because you all into yourself. You're all selfish. Now all of a sudden it's gaslighting. They turn everything back around and you're looking like, are you serious? Are you serious? You just said this to me. I know you know what you're doing. I know you know exactly what it is you're doing. And then when you tell them, that's why people always leave you. It's not because of the fact that people hate you. It's not even when they tell you, everyone always leaves me because everybody dogs me out because I got a big heart. Then you find out about them and you tell them and you actually say to them, this is why everybody keeps leaving you. It's not because you are this victim. You have this victim mentality. Think about some of the stuff that you guys have said to him. You act like you have this victim mentality, but you're the one. You're the problem. You're the common denominator. I know so-and-so left you because of this, because you're doing the same thing that you claim that she or he was doing. This is what so they're listening to you as you're telling them about themselves. So by the time they get into a new relationship, they take everything that everyone has ever said about them, and then they turn around and say it about you. So this new supply actually think that you are like that until that new supply begins to see the same thing you begin to see. And I promise you this, I don't care how many of you guys have been discarded and they have moved on to a new supply. And some of you guys are seriously hurt. And I understand it because some of you guys were in relationships with these people. You bought a home, you invested in a business, you had children, you gave up your life, you gave up your dreams all to cater to this individual. You see what I'm saying? And then what ends up happening is they leave you as if nothing ever had, like you guys never had a life. Like you guys weren't together for 10, 15, 20 years, 5 years of your life. They act like it never happened. I've even had one individual that was having an affair with the new supply. And they were pretending they were married to the new supply. And so they treated their wife, who they were married with, like they were the side chick. And that the side chick, that the new supply was actually the wife. So they handled the wife as if she was the side chick. Handle her like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want her thinking I'm cheating with you. Wait a minute. Ain't I the wife? That's what she said. I mean, think about it. You see how they gaslight? Ain't I the wife? And the side chick is the side chick. But I promise you this. Listen to me, y'all. Listen, Linda. Listen, honey, listen. I promise you this one thing. Whatever way you exit out of a relationship, be prepared. That's what you're entering into. If you don't leave right, even with some of you guys, when you leave a narcissist, some of you guys are having to escape. Don't beat yourself up because you had to get up and discard and leave. You did the right thing. You left. You needed to save yourself. You needed to get yourself together. There's nothing wrong with that. But whatever way she got him, whatever way he got him is what they got to put up with. And they have no idea what you went through with this individual. And so whatever they went through with this individual, whatever you went through with this individual, I promise you that new supply is going through with that individual. But the narcissist is so grandiose, is so stuck on themselves, is so selfish, is so into making sure that everybody sees how great and wonderful that they are, that they'll never let you know that they're putting that new supply through hell like you are. And a lot of those new supplies are so embarrassed at the fact that they dogged you out, made you feel bad about yourself, made you look like you were crazy, antagonized you, laughed at you when you were down, kicked you in your stomach while you were rolling around on the floor, couldn't breathe, couldn't get oxygen, crying every night, calling me, and then engaging with me. And I have had the honor to engage with some of you guys and comfort some of you guys. I promise you this. Listen to me, Linda, listen. She or he is going through the same thing. Just because of the fact that you don't see it does not mean it's not happening. And that narcissist is not going to let you know. And some of those new supplies are too ashamed to let you know you were right. They're too ashamed to let you know I'd have made a mistake. I'd have messed with the wrong one. You see what I mean? I got you in your feelings? Good. But some of them are too embarrassed to let you know I'm going through hell. This must be what you went through. And some of them, new supplies, are actually thinking, I am so sorry. I did not know this is what you were going through. I promise you, I was the new supply at one point in time. And when I realized the hell that he was putting me through, I felt so bad for doing this girl. I didn't do anything to her, but I kind of fell into whatever he had to say about, the old supply. Until I realized it wasn't her, it was you all along. I felt bad for her. I had nothing but mad respect. Whatever happened between the two of them, I wasn't even mad at her. You see what I mean? I felt bad for the role that I played in it because of the fact that I didn't know what I was getting into. Until this day, that lady has my utmost respect. I've never said a cruel thing about her. I've never said anything negative about her. If she needs something from me right now, I'll be more than happy and willing to make sure that she is taken care of, because I did not know what I had bit into until after the fact. So I know if I went through what I went through, and I went through worse than what she went through, well, maybe not, maybe so, but me and her went through it. I have the utmost respect for her because I didn't know. So I promise you this, that new supply is going through hell. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Thank you so much, Sunkiss. Just because you don't see it don't mean it's not happening. And the narcissist will do everything to make sure that they look good. Make sure that you don't see what they, and that new supply probably doesn't want you to know, does not want you to know, oh my God, I'm going through what you went through. I know now. And sometimes you'll notice that new supply was, all of a sudden the new supply leaves you alone. You notice they ain't trying to call you. They're not now, every now and then they may be stalking you a little bit because they're trying to figure out, how did you get out of it? How did you make it? They're in that cognitive dissonance. Like, is it true? Is it not true? Because I'm seeing some things that I don't like. They're already stressed out. I promise you. But that narcissist has probably locked them into a point where they can't escape. And now they realize, I done made a mistake. And a lot of them have been in narcissistic relationships prior to the narcissist that you were in. That the one that left you. You see what I mean? And so a lot of them now realizing, thank you so much, Mystic Rose. I appreciate you. They're realizing now, I done made a mistake. I should have thought first. Now. And for some of you, it's like, yeah, now you see. Why are you trying to talk about me, right? Now you see. Now you see. So hopefully that helps somebody. Let me answer some questions. That was a good one. Yeah, flying monkeys are abused too. Absolutely, yes. Flying monkeys have a job. Brenda, are you talking to me? They talked about me too. Yeah, let them. So much truth, needed that. I sure enjoyed it. What's the name of it? Okay, I don't know who you guys talking to, so I don't know who to answer. I know my kids are the new supply. See? And you guys have to watch that too, especially if you guys have sons and daughters that look like you. Don't be surprised that narcissist is looking at them, but they're talking to you. So everything that was meant for you, those kids are having to go through because of you. They'll have 19 minutes. Okay. Those kids are having to go through. You got one or two of them that may look just like you or act just like you. So they actually handle your children as if it's you. And that's why I tell you, not all of them are pedophiles, but the ones that are pedophiles don't have a problem sleeping with them because they think that it's not that they think, their mind is set to, that's you. So they don't have a problem sleeping with them, or an extension of themselves. They're sleeping with their own selves. Jill said, you are spot on. You helped me stay free for almost a year. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do I counsel one-on-one out of state? No, ma'am, I do not, but I do provide coaching services. So if you're interested in coaching services, you're welcome to contact me. If you guys can put it up on both on YouTube and on Facebook, it is Dr. Carmen Bryant at Outlook.com. So it's DrCarmenBryant at Outlook.com. So Dr. Carmen Bryant at Outlook.com. If you are interested in coaching, a lot of you guys are coming in, you're doing a consultation, you find out you're not crazy and you're satisfied with that. So that is awesome. Yeah. My book is Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. Yeah, Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. Flying monkeys get punished too if they don't stay in line. How long does it take to get over the hurt? Depending on how long you were in, depending on, the thing is, see, I didn't realize I was saying see. The thing is that many of you guys are wanting a definitive date and time frame to recover from your pain. But your pain has a lot more to it than just the pain of you being in a relationship with a narcissist. If you were in a relationship with a narcissist, whether 5, 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, you already know the amount of time. Thank you, Karen. The amount of time that you invested in this relation mess. Thank you, Robbie. In this relation mess, you may have to, Crystal, I don't accept insurances out of state. It's cash only for coaching. But the thing is that the longer you've been in a relationship, the deeper the pain, the deeper the hurt, the deeper the roots of the pain. But also you have to remember that there's probably other pain that contributed to the depth of this pain. So you may have had family pain. You may have had discard and rejection. You may have had a lot of pain from childhood issues that played a role in that. So you're not just recovering from relation mess, relation. What did we call it before? Relation something. But some of you guys are cussing. I don't cuss. But the thing is that you have other trauma that goes along with that led up. So 20 years of marriage, but you may have had 20, 30 years of pain from your own family. And so you don't rush your time of recovery. Some people, I need this to hurry up. I need to get, there you go, situationship. That's what it's saying, situationship. You were in a situationship, not a relationship. You were in a relationship. They were never in a relationship. So you can't give it a time frame. You cannot give your healing a time frame. You have to go. Not sometimes. I'm trying to think. My mentor made a video, and I'm trying to think the title of it. Go over to your firstborn name of Carmen. Hey, good people. If you go to, make sure you guys go and subscribe to my mentor's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. She's got videos on there, and it also talks about the trauma of being in a relationship with, hey, Tasha, being in a relationship with a narcissist, even how they look at children and stepchildren. And I'm telling you, there you go, Penny. In 14 minutes, okay. But go look at her videos too, because she also goes in depth with it. There's one video on there, she'll tell you ahead of time, trigger alert, because some of you guys have been through stuff as children, and she's talking about the childhood, the childhood, the childhood trauma that came along with it. And so let me tell you guys something that we learned as Natasha, who's on here. She's also Apostle Helen Sadler is also her mentor. A lot of you guys on here that are also family, our family over here. The one thing that we know as daughters, and she talks to the men as well, but is that you need to get to know yourself. What do you like? What do you like doing? Right now during this Corona shut-in, you should be discovering yourself. Why are you running behind a man? Why are you running behind a woman? You have nothing to offer and they have nothing to offer. Men, there's a certain place you want to be in your life, where when you meet someone, when you meet a woman, they're equivalent or beyond where you are, because they don't have time for games. They've got something and you got something. You got a business, they got a business. They don't have time for nonsense. When it comes to, focus on you, get yourself together. I love to tell women, make a list of all the things that you want from a man. And then when these women make it, everything that they expect from a man. And I said, now on the other side of the paper, write down everything that's equivalent to him. True enough, you might meet a man that's more than you, but one thing that you want to do, you should have something to offer. And if you don't have nothing to offer yourself, you sure ain't got nothing to offer to him. And gentlemen, you can't build an empire and then go marry a prostitute. Now I'm just using that as an example, but you can't just build an empire and then just decide you're going to go get a prostitute, a crackhead, a meth addict. Not saying that they can't recover and become somebody, but I'm just saying, but you work too hard to get from where you were. So how do you build, men, you got to find a woman of quality, a woman that can think, A woman that's not just good in the bed and gives you great sex, and then that's all you guys have. You can't even hold a conversation with her because she's dumb as a rock. She doesn't inspire you. She doesn't mesmerize you. She doesn't stimulate your mind. All she does is stimulate your body. But I don't care how many of you think you have sex every day. That's a lie. Everybody don't have sex. And ain't nobody gonna make love to you all night long. That's a lie, especially when you start getting older. Now, some of us, not older, mature women and men, you know that's a lie. Scientifically, that is all wrong. Can't nobody make love all night. That's a lie. So don't fall for that, girl, I'll make love to you all night, or boy, I'll make love to you all night. That's a lie. You guys know that's a lie. And the older you get, yeah, what do you want? So think about it. Once the sex, once you got guys get accustomed to sex and you did everything, flipped it, tripped it, flipped it, swung it, whatever you did, what does she have to offer to you, kings? Can she stimulate your mind? Can she have a conversation with you? Can she add to your dreams? Is she a helpmate? Can she help you with your dreams? She should have her own mind. That woman should be able to think for herself. She should be a businesswoman. She should be a thinker. She should be able to create something. That's why we have wombs, because we can carry vision. We can carry dreams. We can make things happen. And when you meet her, are you guys kind of complimenting each other? You know what I mean? What if you're a businessman and she's an entrepreneur and you guys come together and you make a big old giant, huge empire together? Women, does he have any character? Now I know everybody's not a believer. I'll be right back with you, Le Boy Creole. The hardest thing is missing a connection that was never there. I can't understand that. Exactly. Because a lot of times we're looking at people based off of our own thought process of what a relationship should be like. You don't even know what a relationship is like. You don't even know your own self. So they can think for themselves enough to manipulate but come on. Ladies, come on. That man should have character. There are some red flags that we missed long time ago. But we're too mature to keep falling in the same rabbit hole over and over again. And the biggest thing is that, thank you, Queenie. But the biggest thing is that most of us are led by our emotions. I don't care. You can have some bad boys and you can have some good boys. And them brothers know they fine, they smell good, they look good, they drive good. Oh my gosh, they got whatever you like is out there. You like them wealthy, you like them thick, you like them skinny, you like them bulked up, 10 minutes, okay. Whatever way you like them, they're out there. But if you are so hooked on, or you are so infatuated by what you see aesthetically pleasing, everybody ages. No one stays young. I don't care how much plastic surgery you get. I've seen people with a lot of plastic surgery, and the older they get, the worse they get with that plastic surgery. Now, there are some people that age gracefully, and there's some good-looking brothers out there that age, and they look good when they age. I'm going to tell you that, y'all. Come on, Tasha, come on here, come on around here. Some of them brothers, they age beautifully. They get older, and they look better what they did when they were younger. And then there are some women, you look at some of those women, and they look better as they get older than they did when they were younger. But how about if you are so hooked on what you see, you're going to miss, you're going to miss the character of a person. See, that's Natasha taught me that. Tasha taught me that. She made me open up my mind. And I was like, oh, you're right. But I'm telling you, you have to look at the character of the person. Go beyond the looks. Somebody can look good and smell good. Get beyond that. Yeah, you a good looking brother, sister. You ride good. You got some money. Yes, you do. But you can't even hold a conversation. You can't even maintain my attention. Brothers, you got to think the same way. You can't even hold my attention. You cute. You got a big old booty, but you all into yourself. You into looks and taking pictures and making sure you got this and Botox shots and a big old butt and big old breasts and stuff. This man is into clothes and cars, and that's all he's into. Where is his character? Where is her character? Where is her mind? Can she hold a conversation beyond, ooh, I need to get me some, and hey, boo, can she read and write? Can he read and write? Does he have a plan? Does he have a vision? Is he going somewhere? Is he working into, your destiny should bump into each other. You shouldn't be out there looking for nobody, ladies. Let that man hunt you down. I'm old school. What's the word? Acquiescence? I'm old school. Is that the right word? Acquiescence? I'm old school. I'm self-conscious about my bubble, but Stevie, you know what? Just put on a big shirt. Life insurance, you know what? But what I'm telling you is look, you got to get beyond the aesthetics, because they come whatever way you like them. That's the way they're gonna come. It's time for you. You know, you're funny, good stuff. Thank you. Move aside the aesthetics, and now you guys have to do something different, ladies. Do it different this time. Let that man hunt you. Stop taking the hunt out of the lion. Let him hunt you down. Now, to my sisters and brothers that are in the LGBTQ community, I don't know how it works, so I really can't really expound on that. I can kind of, talk about what I know, and so I apologize, but you got to apply it the way it applies to you. I'm kind of old school kind of girl, but I do believe don't take the hunt out of the lion. Don't take the hunt out of the lion. Lions are very unhappy if you keep feeding them dead food. You want that lion to hunt, and then you have to keep the hunt up. He should always be hunting you. You should always you always make yourself huntable. Old school. I am old school. Yeah. You make yourself huntable. Once you get him, why are you walking around with a muumuu? Why you took your wig off and we found out you got 2 plugs of hair and that's it? Men are attracted by what they see. Now, we like what we see too, but men are attracted by what they see. Women are attracted by what they hear. Come on now. Doc, what about when they can't bored once they get you? Yes, narcissists grow bored when they get you. Once they've got you, and once they realize that you're a human and you have faults because they have idealized you, they're back on the hunt again. And that's a narcissist. I'm not talking about a person that has narcissism, because a narcissist always is going to grow bored. Always. She said, my ex narc hunted me with a good mask on and then it slipped. Absolutely. Elizabeth, you got to go watch one of my videos. I did a video on that. That requires me to do a little study. That requires me to sit down and actually provide you with information. It's not like top of the head knowledge. That's stuff that I have to look into and then explain. 6 minutes, okay. They lack object constancy. And you know what, Paula, with that, if you look at babies, a lot of babies, when, that the object constancy is, for example, when you when a baby is learning that when a mama walks off, that they didn't disappear forever, that or if a mom hides behind something, that they didn't disappear forever, that they'll be back. Eventually it gets to a point where they know that if they hide behind something, that they'll be back. But with narcissists narcissists are not wired the same way that we are. So a lot of you guys are trying to figure a narcissist out with your thought process. You may never know how a narcissist thinks. You may not. And so you're trying to figure out, and I've heard people say, I just don't understand how a person just cannot connect with someone. I just don't understand how a person can't love someone. No matter what I do, no matter what I have done, no matter what I try to explain, I try to make them understand, but it's like they just don't understand, because you are trying to make them understand from a point of view of from where you think. You're trying to make them think like you think. You can't make them think like you think. They don't think like you think, and they'll never think like you think. They can't think like you think. And you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to figure out why you can't make this person think the way that you think. They don't think the way that you think. And they will never think the way that you think. So stop trying to figure them out or fix them based on the way that you think. They're not fixable. They can't be fixed. This is how they are. This is the nature of the shark. They're not going to change. You're never going to train a shark. You're never going to see a shark jumping through hoops. You're never going to see a shark taking fish out of your hand, because if they take fish out of your hand, they're going to take your entire arm with it. And then you're going to be upset, like, I don't understand why the shark bit me. And then I'm going to look at you and I'm going to be like, these are my fees for coaching and these are my recommendations for counseling. Go get counseling. They are dysfunctional. Unfortunately, they are what is called in the world of psychology as abnormal psychology, abnormal dysfunctional personality function. That is what they are. That is, and you can't fix them. You cannot fix them. It's just what they are. It's not our job to fix them or make them understand. Even when you go to counseling, it is not, Teresa, you're asking me questions that you need to email me. Email me those questions. But pathological means a dysfunctional pattern. So you can have narcissistic traits, And you may have traits that look very similar to a narcissist, but they're not pathological. Pathological meaning that they're dysfunctional. They're dysfunctional meaning that they interfere with their own life. They're interfering with the life of other people. And so it is dysfunctional. It causes problems. It causes stress. It causes, think about how destructive. I thought that was a donkey, but it's a zebra. Girl, Virginia, I thought that was a donkey. But a zebra never changes its stripes. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maladaptive, yes. They are dysfunctional, maladaptive, and it's like you guys remember the movie Edward Scissorhands? He just wanted to be a real human where he had real hands, because no matter how many people he loved, when he hugged them or touched them, he either killed them or cut them up by accident. What if a narcissist has the right way of thinking and I have it wrong? You don't. You don't have it wrong. You have it right. I now finally know why I attracted so many narc men in my life. I now finally getting everything in what it all. I think I know what you were trying to say. How is NPD related to attachment disorder? I'm trying to understand the difference between narcissists and those with avoidant and disorganized attachment disorder. With Luba, those are kind of questions, that will require me to study it and then provide you with some book references, because a lot of NPDs do have attachment disorders in childhood. So a lot attachment disorders is detachment disorders in children at a young age. So a lot of them do have problems. They do have detachment disorders. You'll also find a lot of them with oppositional personality disorder or oppositional disorders, children with oppositional disorders that can branch off to narcissistic personality disorder, that can branch off to psychopath, sociopath, or antisocial personality disorder. 1 minute, okay. So this is my last minute. So my moderators are shutting me down slowly but surely. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, go to Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe and then hit the to all, so that whenever I come on or whenever I do videos, you guys will see the alert come up for you guys. Those of you guys that are on Psychological Health Consultants and Services, you guys start integrating over to Overcoming Narcissist Abuse Facebook page, because I'm about to merge the two pages together. And so when I merge, love you back, Miss Carolyn, but when I merge the two together, that means I'll be coming on live on the Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And so what I'm going to do next week when I come on live on Sunday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it on Overcoming Narcissist Abuse to see if many of you guys are on there. And so next week, if you don't see me on this Facebook page, the Psychological Health Consultants and Services, come over to Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. I will be on that one instead. Okay, so next week I'm gonna do a test run and come on that one. Also, thank you so much. You guys have been, thank you so much. A lot of you guys have been going to my Survey Monkey. So I was trying to give you guys that whole week to kind of go ahead and answer the questions and everything. And so today is Sunday. Between today and tomorrow, I'm going to go and I'm going to pull the input down. And so a lot of that was asking you guys what topics you would like me to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going, hey, Miss Sherry, I'm going to, you did the survey. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the topics down and I'm going to see how many topics you guys have. And then I'm going to do a second Survey Monkey with the topics on there. And then I'm going to do numbers. So I'm going to find out by numbers which one is the highest numbers. And I'm going to categorize it like that. And so once I categorize it, then I'm going to start planning to do the online Zoom conferences, and I will give you guys pricing. Now, do know that if you go, Miss Carolyn, if you go to my YouTube channel and look under the community tab, or if you scroll through on here on my Facebook page, if you scroll through, Miss Tasha put a flyer on there. Now, some of you guys, I had to question you guys. Now, I just keep it real, and I'm military. And in the military, I used to tell people, I don't even blame it on you. I blame it on the education system in your state. Now, y'all, my girl, she did a beautiful blue flyer. And on the flyer, it said, go to this link. And the link is on the flyer. And it says, go to this link and take the survey. Some of y'all went right up underneath and said, I don't see the link. That's because you looked at the top part of the flyer and didn't keep reading. She said, go to this link. And the link was right there. Go to this link. And the link was right there. And y'all, just as big as I left the remarks on there because I was going to delete it because I was going to protect you guys so you guys didn't. Yeah. So right up underneath there, you guys said, where's the link? And then when I posted the podcast, I put on the podcast, you have to go to the podcast. It says, why do narcissists get married? And then someone will right up under there and say, why? Well, if you click it, you'll find out why. Come on, y'all. Come on, you guys. The link is on the flyer. Go look on the flyer. The link is on the flyer. I did two. I did one link, which was my link, and then she did a flyer. And on the flyer, it has the link on there. Y'all blame it on public education. I'm messing with y'all. I'm messing with y'all. So you guys look at, as a matter of fact, for those of you guys that have businesses that require flyers and stuff like that, I was gonna say Natasha, Miss Demetria Fields, my sister over here on YouTube, she actually does professional flyers for the church. She does professional flyers for me. And if you guys want to, if you want to pay her for her services, she makes some very beautiful flyers for Apostle Sadler. That is her adjutant. And she makes flyers for professional flyers for the ministry. And she also makes professional flyers for other people. She makes my flyers for me. And so those of you guys that need her services, make sure you guys go over there, and I will post her information on my Facebook page and everything so you guys know where to solicit her business. Hey, Pastor LaFall. But I'll put her link on there as well. I got to get with her to find out what link she wants to use, and I will provide you guys with links. So some of you guys that are like real estate agents, some of you guys that are starting your own channel, some of you guys that need, a flyer or to create a brochure, she can set that up for you. You are so welcome. You do a beautiful job. She's a perfectionist. She does interior decorating. She does everything. She do everything. But for those of you guys that have businesses, those of you guys that are starting businesses, even some of you guys that may be making books and stuff, you want somebody to do that art for you, contact her, and I'm going to get with her to find out what her link is so that I can advertise it. But she does a beautiful, beautiful job. She made me look all good and stuff on the flyer. She had me looking all good and stuff, y'all. She did. She had me looking real good. Had me looking all young. I'm going to provide it for you guys. Telsha said, and she's sweet too. She sure is. You got to see a different side of her, Telsha, because I know her personally. She try to be hard, but she's all soft and squishy on the inside. She real soft and squishy on the inside. She a sweetie heart. She a sweetheart. She just ain't gonna let everybody know that because she's a thug. She like me. That's my sister. We thugs. No advertising on this channel? Absolutely, except for her. I'll put it into the community tab, Sandra. I'll put it into the community tab. Unless, Tasha, you want to put your information on there. If you want to put your information on there so they can have it over here on YouTube. You sure did. If Tasha, if you want to put your information on YouTube where they can contact you. And then over here on Facebook, let me see if I can... You put it over there, and let me see if I can get on Facebook on my computer, and I give it to you guys. Shit, we thugs. We thugs. Y'all just don't know we thugs. We lady thugs. Another gangster marshmallow. Tasha a little harder than, yeah, I'm hard. Tasha, well, then again, Tasha has to talk to me from time to time. Tasha has to soften me out sometimes. Sometimes Tasha has to soften me out a little bit. She'll pull me to the side. Her and Pastor Kathy are the two that can, well, my mentor, that's above the top. So that's nothing to compare right there. But her and Pastor Kathy, they'll pull me to the side from time to time to talk to me. You're a sweetheart. They actually pull me to the side from time to time and have to, put my thug back down. I have to put my little thug back down. Okay, so give me just a minute. So I'm gonna put her information over here. Oh, Tasha, you done came over there. Oh, there you go. So if you guys are looking for, if you need someone to make your flyers, or to assist you with advertising, or if you TMG good, who's that? New Dawn Horizon, TMG good. She's TMG is good, Telsha's good, Just Be Real is good, and Stevie Banana's good, and Tasha, which is Natasha's Touch or Demetria Fields, is good. So if you guys are looking for, if you need someone to do flyers for you, if you guys want someone to do advertising flyers, and if you have like if you have like if you're a real estate agent, you're doing event planning or something like that, she is excellent. She is very meticulous and she is excellent. She does beautiful work and she does it for the ministry. She is discerning you are not blocked. She does it for Apostle Helen Sadler. That is her first responsibility, and then I use her services, and then you guys can use her services. Cutest thug you've ever seen. So it is Natasha at natashastouch.com. So if you guys need services, please email her. It's Natasha at natashastouch.com. So I'm getting ready to go, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you go to my mentor's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler at Helen Sadler Destiny Helper, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you guys. My book is Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. You can find it on Barnes and Nobles, and you can find it on Amazon. So if you're having problems, you guys, yes, she can do for beautician and groomers. Yes, anything that you want her to do, she can do a flyer for you. Absolutely. Yeah. And so thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I'm getting ready to get off because I have another meeting to go to in the next another few hours. I have another meeting to go to. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And all of you guys, go and be great. Hey, listen, if you guys are looking for counseling outside of the state of Washington, or within your state, you're looking for a counselor, go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. Those of you that are looking for coaching services, I can't give you guys counseling outside of the state of Washington. You can email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. That's drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. And you guys can email me. I will give you more information on my coaching services and the fees. If you are in the state of Washington, and you have insurance, well, if you want to pay cash, that's up to you. But if you are in the state of Washington, or you are looking for a counselor and you want to solicit me for counseling services in the state of Washington, you can go on my webpage and you will see all the insurances that I accept, or you can email me and I will let you know if I accept your insurance, and I can do online video conferencing on a HIPAA compliant platform and provide you with mental health counseling. So I can address PTSD and all that kind of stuff, and mental health services. So you are in the state of Washington, I can provide you with counseling, online counseling. You can pay cash or you can do insurance. Outside of the state of Washington, I cannot provide you with counseling. I will only provide you with coaching. And coaching, just give you an understanding of coaching. As a military service member, as a former senior non-commissioned officer, my responsibility to you as a coach is to make sure that I give you the game plan. Let me show you all the landmines in the ground when you go to court, the behavior. I will focus on the behaviors, the things that they're going to do. I give you different ways to look at situations to help you from getting caught in a trap. I will help you come up with a plan to get you out of this situation. Now, those of you that are needing legal, I am not a legal expert, and I can maneuver you through the courtroom based off of your emotions and what they may do. But when it comes to the courtroom in general, go over to One Mom's Battle. She's also a coach and will provide you online classes to help you understand the legal process. The legal process, she does bring people on there like lawyers. She does bring people on there like former FBI negotiators, and they will help you to maneuver through the court system with your court cases, what the paperwork should look like, what to avoid, what to do. And she did this court process her own self for 10 years, and she got custody of her children back. And so if you go to One Mom's Battle, she will assist you, and you can contact her. She will assist you through the court process. I myself, when it comes to the court process, I can help you mentally, emotionally, process what they're going to try to do and why they're doing what they're doing and the emotional games that they're playing with you. And I can provide you with a game plan at how to maneuver. Many people have contacted me before going to court. I gave them some advice on how to conduct themselves and what to expect, and they were able to manage and process through that. They had a good lawyer, but they were able to emotionally process themselves through there, and they were already ready because they had the game plan out there because they knew what was going to happen, so it did not surprise them. So this is what I can offer to you as a coach. Remember, I am a veteran. I am a senior, a retired senior non-commissioned officer. I think military, and I think military when it comes to narcissists. So please remember that, okay? Who is Jose and where am I directing him to? Who's Jose and where are we directing Jose to? So I don't see a Jose here. So I appreciate you guys. You guys go and have a wonderful day. You know, stay safe. Those of you guys whose states have opened up, our state, the governor has extended the stay-at-home order to May 31st. And those of you guys that are already interjecting themselves back into the community, please, I know some of you guys want your nails done, you want your hair done, you know, think twice before you do it. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, it's better to make sure you wear your mask, make sure that you wear your gloves, make sure you have your you know, your hand sanitizing solution. Stay safe, stay away from people, don't hug them, don't touch them. I know this is something different. Please, you guys, stay safe and protect yourself. Even with you guys in the states that are opening, please be careful because you don't know whether there's a second wave coming or not. Be safe. This is just Friday was the first that many states have opened, or Georgia has opened. Remember, it takes 2 weeks. You know, it takes 2 weeks. It is usually 14 days. And sometimes people are asymptomatic. They don't show symptoms. Okay. And so I appreciate you guys. Stay safe. Know that I'm thinking about you. I care for you guys. Those of you guys, I know everybody is not a believer. I know everybody does not believe in God. I do pray for you guys all the time. And I think about you guys a lot. And so, especially in this pandemic where a lot of people are stuck at home with a narcissist, a lot of people are stuck at home with their abusers, their children are being hurt. Miss Chat, you are gorgeous. But you, and so are you, Miss K. I can see some of you guys, Miss Virginia. But because I got my glass, I got my glasses on. But yes, for some of you guys, you're stuck at home with the abuser, your children are being abused. Please take the opportunity that if you're at home with the abuser and they are physically abusing you or your children, call the domestic violence hotline. Do whatever you have to do. This might be that opportunity for you to escape. It may be hard. Do what you have to do to protect you and yours, and know that we are here to support you. Please, you know, seek help even in this pandemic. Okay, you know, if you need help, call the domestic violence hotline and let them know. Be surprised that some of them will actually pay to relocate you. Miss Sherry, you're gorgeous anyway. But Miss Pastor LaFall. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm out. I'm going to go get me something to eat, stuff my face. Thank you so much, Miss Shannon. And you guys, yeah, the nation violence is up. Yep. So thank you guys for being here. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And you guys go be great. You guys go be great.